expired, please consider viewing this video. Greetings, this is the hardest working man in real estate. There are two critical areas in evaluating a property because if done incorrectly, the property will sit on the market for an extended period of time, and if not corrected, the home will eventually expire. Please view my video on the effects an expired listing has on homeowners and on the local real estate market. Four factors determine the sale of a property. They are number one, value. And value comes in many shapes and forms. For example, how well maintained is your home? Are the rooms painted? Is the lawn manicured? Are the mechanicals in the maintained, like the furnace and the water heater? The second factor is price. Does your home match or exceed the value of your home? Third is the location. Is your home close to highways or is it close to public transportation? Are you close to grocery stores, places of worship, and medical centers? Fourth is your real estate agent. What activities is he or she going to do every day to market your home? Do they have a systematic, duplicatable plan that will provide massive exposure for your home? You have probably heard on the news that there is a shortage of homes. Well, that's kind of correct. I would preface this by stating that there is a shortage of well-priced homes. Numbers don't lie. Check it out. In two of the highest selling towns in our region, there is an oversupply of homes. Using the absorption rate, which is defined as, according to Investopedia, the rate at which homes are being sold versus how many homes are actively marketed. As of this writing, Munster has 1.6 months of homes in inventory. Valparaiso has 2.2 months of homes worth inventory. I would like to demonstrate to homeowners who are planning on selling their home in the near future, sellers who've had their listings expire, for sale by owners, how the hardest working man in real estate determines value and price for your property. Thank you. Have a good day. Talk to you soon. Greetings. This is the hardest working man in real estate, continuing my demonstration on how I determine price and value. What we have here is a statistical model that I use, and you can see here a lot of the data points are, current list price, commission, number of garage, the exterior, whether it's stone or brick, vinyl, square footage, bedrooms, if there is any contributions from the seller to the buyer, if it's a REO or a short sale, the size of acres, the fireplaces, what year it was built, the status, obviously it was sold, if there is basements in there, total baths, design, selling price, bathrooms, and then the current selling price, current list price, and the date it sold, the days it was on the market here. So whenever I do an analysis, and this analysis here is an actual house, it's in Munster. It is I did not provide the actual address to keep privacy there, but this is an actual house in Munster in the Fairmeadow subdivision here. So whenever I go on the MLS and I extrapolate the data and I input it here, I come up with these reports. This report here, we're going to take a look at it. This report here is the number of sales going back from 2021. And if you notice in June, we had a high peak of 22 homes sold in that area. In September of 22, this in 2023, there was 20 homes close, comparable. In September, that was 17 versus the 4. If you notice here, as of this analysis here, there are currently 18 homes in Munster for sale. There's the oversupply. There are 4 homes that have contracts on them. Okay, and the question is why? Okay, and it always comes back to price and value. Okay, buyers have, it used to be, a long time ago, realtors had all the information. But now with the internet and the availability of a cell phone, they can see what price and value is. They shop, just like we all are. Whether we go to Kmart, Target, Walmart, well, not anymore Kmart, but Walmart or Target or whoever, we're always looking, what am I going to get for my money? Okay, so there are no distressed sales in Munster, like foreclosures or REOs. So we shouldn't take a look at that here. We take a look at the actual properties with concessions. Okay, and concessions are basically, I always say, if you can imagine when you're a buyer, three buckets of money. The first bucket is what they call prepayment, and that is your earnest money, the application for the loan, which is between $500 to $600, which is part of the appraisal fee, insurance money, inspection money. Okay. And bucket number two is your down payment. If you're a conventional, 20% down. Insured conventional is 3, 5, 10, 15%, but whatever is left over that makes up the 20% is filled with the PMI or private mortgage insurance. There is government, which is FHA, which is 3.5% down. And then there's VA or veterans, and that is 0% down. That's a benefit for the veteran. If you look here, that now bucket number three will be the concessions. You know, that would be the closing costs. What a attorney, if you're using an attorney, charges you. What the title company charges you, and what the finance company charges you. And you do get a credit in your taxes, but these are all debits here. And what happens in what this report says that buyers are coming to sellers, you know, and asking for them to participate with closing cost money. It could be a fixed amount, it could be 1%, you know, 3%, 5%, whatever they negotiate here. And if you notice that in 2000 April and in June, there was real high. And here you're looking around 30%, you know, in August. So 1/3 of the buyers coming in Munster are asking for closing costs to offset, they might have enough money for bucket number one and bucket number two, but they need assistance for bucket number three. Chances are they go up in price to kind of finance that portion in. Trends of sale, you can see here, our trend line here. We're looking at a medium back in 2021 of 370, 378, but now we're at 409. So it's gone up a little bit. Okay. Sales price per square footage, we're looking around $155 per square foot. The property days on the market. Okay. In September, there's 8 days on the market. Okay, in August it was 15. But you notice here, this is early in the year. Late last year, 74 days on the market. Okay, the actual age of the median for the properties in Munster, 63 years. Okay, and the final list to sell price ratio. This is there are what they call days on the market and cumulative days on the market. Cumulative days on the market meant like if the listing expired 2 times and they were both at 6 months. So 186 times 2, plus the days that it's currently on the market. So that's the cumulative. And here, even adding all that in, they are getting 98% of the asking price in a medium. That's not bad. Okay. This is the same, basically the same one here. You're getting 97%. Number of garages, you're looking around 2.5 medium garage. The lot size in Munster, a little over a quarter acre lot. So I think that's like 80 by 125 or 80 by 130 lot size. Okay. Summary. Okay. Then part of the analysis that I would perform here, if you notice in the last 12 months, the median price is 380,000. Okay. The average days on the market like 10. Okay. The actual distress sales or absorption rate, if you notice here, the 113 sales in 0 to 12 months, 170 sales in the last 24 months. In the last 0 to 6 months, there is 1.6 months supply of homes in Munster. Okay, that's quite a bit. That's a lot, and a lot of it is it's price and value. Okay, if it had great price and it matched the value, then it would sell. There would be someone out there to buy it. Okay, seller's concessions here. If you notice here that in the last 12 months, there's almost 32% of people asking for the seller for closing cost money. Okay, We're going to cruise over to this regression table. And this is a regression, a linear regression. What this R squared means, means that you see all these data points here, all these variables. How well does these data points fit into the model? How reliable are these data points? Okay, we're going to look at concentrate on two things, not to get too much in the weeds here statistically. This is a fit line. The fit line means all these dots are all the data points. How close they are to this fit line here means how reliable are they. Okay, so p-value is, or what they call probability value, is a statistical term, meaning that 0.05 and below means it's statistically valid. It's accurate per se. So you look at this here. So these are what the buyers in Munster are looking for in this price point here. They're looking at floor area. Okay, not to say that none of them are not important, but they're looking at the floor area here. If you look at the floor area, that's statistically valuable. Buyers in Munster are looking for space. So this property here is around 3,800 square feet. So anything over 3,800 square feet, they're looking at $52 more. Okay, number of cars, it really doesn't matter to them. Okay, same thing with bedrooms. Okay, it really doesn't matter to them. Okay, if you look at acreage, and if you know that in Munster, there's not a lot of land in Munster left. So this is a premium. They're looking for it here, and anything over per se a metric point or an acre, looking around $125,000 more. Okay, REO and short sales are not in here. Basements, it's not really much of an importance for them. Bathrooms, it's pretty close, but not much. Age of the property. Okay. What's important to these buyers here are age. Okay, there are some new subdivisions coming up. These are the style of houses here. The one we're looking at is a quad. Okay, the most important one out here, the most desirable one that's out here, is a 2-story. Okay, then you go into a 1.5 story, and then it'll be a tri-level. Okay, then a ranch, and then ultimately a quad. Okay, so for me to go ahead and do a prediction, I would come over here. Okay, and I would, let's see, would get these out. Okay, and we would put them back in, and we would look at square footage of 30, 38, 34. Okay, looking at the garage, 2.5. We're looking at the bedrooms, 3. Okay, we're looking at the fireplace. There is 1. Okay, the acreage, 0.22. Okay, we're looking at a basement. Yes, does it have a basement? 1 would be basement. Total baths, 3. Okay, the age of the property is 49 years. Okay, and we're looking at a quad. Okay, so the price I come up with on this property here is $432,352. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is how I come up with the value, or part of my value for the property. Okay, there are some variances that we can work on. Then the second one we will look at is, here is the net sheet. Okay, here is the net sheet. All right, and again, this is a fake address. Okay, this is what you're thinking that your property is worth. Let's say they're thinking 475. Remind is like Zillow. Okay, they're saying 409,150. Zillow's saying 388. Homes.com is saying 404,210. My value came up with 432,352. But if I was going to list this property, I would suggest to be within this price point here, between 412 and 422, because there are 18 properties on the market. Okay, 18 properties you have to compete against. So the properties that's priced a little bit below will then get more activity and eventually more offers on the property. Here's my commission, which we split with the agents. Okay, here's your title insurance. Here's the taxes for this property. In Indiana and Illinois, we are in the rears, which means 2022 is paid in, taxes are paid in 2023, 23 is paid in 24, and May and November. Okay, there is no well and septic here. We do charge a transaction processing fee of $600. There is no transfer stamps here in Indiana. But let's say you want you don't want an attorney. Okay, let's say you just want to rely on the title company. We could take that out. Okay, but right now at this price point here, you would be walking away with $392,987. But let's say you don't want an attorney, you could take the attorney out. Let's say you don't want a home warranty, which I think will actually provide a little bit of marketing for the property, especially if the property for this property is a little bit older. We could take that one out if you don't want it. Okay. If you are entertaining VA loans, VA requires that the seller pay for the pest inspection. But let's say you don't want to entertain VA, we could take that out too. Okay, so let's say you have a mortgage on the property and it's $85,000. Okay, so that would mean that you would walk away with this. Okay, so for example, let's say you are going through a divorce, okay, and you want to buy your partner out, your soon-to-be ex-partner out. Then at that point, we can see here, we're going to divide these by 2, okay? That means each person would get $154,455, okay? So 422 minus the 154,455, okay? That would mean that the actual price to buy your person out would be $267,545. Okay, so that's what you would mortgage to buy the person out. But in that scenario, let's say you don't. Let's say we're going to go ahead and we're not actually buying anybody out. Okay, put it here, down here. Okay, so now let's say we're going to move forward and we're going to buy a home. Okay, you're going to move forward and buy a home. Okay, and you're going to put all the money down that you got in bucket in this net sheet here, 308,909. Okay, so you put the down payment at 308,909. Okay. All right, and today's rate's around 7.2, okay, which is, yeah, 7.2, okay. Your purchase price, let's say you're going to buy a home of $600,000, okay. Your down payment is 308,909, okay. All right, closing costs, this will be your loan amount, this will be out of pocket. Your actual payment for a 15-year note will be around $2,592. Now, I got to preface this. I am not a mortgage officer, okay? But this is just an example. I do have a mortgage officer I can refer you to. So let's say you want to go 30 years. So 308,909, okay? Closing costs here. Your payment will be $2,400, okay? All right. So let's say you want to go ahead and you want to see if you are qualified. Okay, so let's say you earn $125,000, and let's say it's just going to be you, one person, and your mortgage for the property that you're thinking about buying for this one here is 2315. So okay, 24. What was that here? 2315, 23.15. 24. Wait. 242315. 15. So you put your payment in here. We're trying to keep a debt to income around 45%. But let's say you have a credit card payment of $50. Let's say you have another credit card payment for $100. Okay, you got a car payment of $600. You got another car payment of $500, and let's say you have a student loan payment of $250 a month. Okay, you're at 37%. You can still do it. Now, let's say you want to bring your partner into effect, and let's say the partner makes $90,000. Okay, at $90,000, you are well more qualified here. Again, I am not a mortgage officer. This is the mortgage officer that I would recommend. Okay, Ultimately, you can pick and choose who you want, but this is the mortgage officer I would recommend here. Okay. Now let's take a look at the owner's exemptions here. Okay. You sell the property for 422. Okay. These are the closing costs here. These are escrow fee, the processing fee here. Let's say you don't want the termite and you don't want the home warranty. Okay. All right. So all of a sudden you bought it for you sell it for 422, and then maybe you bought it for 275. Your closing costs at that point. You did repairs on the property. As a federal law that you have to live in the property 2 years, you do get a $250,000 tax exemption, and if you're married, it's a $500,000 tax exemption. Here, you're not what you call it liable for any what you call it a federal tax here or state tax. Then you're looking at your capital gains here. Okay, if you were not going to transfer the money into it, here at this point here you would have a taxable gain payable for here. Okay, you would be eligible for that. This is the accountant that I would recommend. Andrew Thompson, Bottom Line Advisors. Okay. Hopefully this video provided some questions for you or some answers for you. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and give me a call. My name is Dr. Gus Morquecho. This is my mobile number right here. You can call me Monday through Sunday, put it that way, from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. I'd like to have an opportunity to speak with you. Thank you very much, and good luck to you. Bye now.